Inside Saudi Aramco. Primarily state-owned, Saudi Aramco, officially known as Saudi Arabian Oil Company, is the world's biggest oil producer. It's officially based in Dhahran, Saudi Arabia, and has an estimated 270 billion barrels in reserve. It is by far the world's most profitable company, eclipsing even tech giants such as Apple Inc. and Alphabet Inc. This was revealed in April 2019 when rating agencies released financial information of the long-secretive company before its debut international bond sale, which raised $12 billion. Saudi Aramco began to attract dramatically increased investor attention in 2018 when Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman announced plans to list 5% of Aramco at a valuation of approximately $2 trillion in what became the largest initial public offering, IPO, ever. Let's take a deep look at Saudi Aramco's history, characteristics, profitability, and net worth. Saudi Aramco was formed as the product of a concession agreement between the Saudi Arabian government and the Standard Oil Company of California in 1933. In 1949, the company rapidly expanded across Saudi Arabia, reaching crude oil production of 500,000 barrels per day. In the late 1970s, the Saudi Arabian government purchased its 100% stake, and the Saudi Arabian Oil Company, Saudi Aramco, was officially established. All of Saudi Arabia's oil fields now fall under Aramco's umbrella, a vast network stretching across the kingdom, containing around 16% of proven global oil reserves, larger than the combined reserves of the 5 largest oil companies in the world. Aramco also owns the Motiva refinery in Port Arthur, Texas, the largest oil refinery in North America, with a capacity of 607,000 barrels per day. In 2007, Saudi Aramco reported that its workforce was approximately 79,000 employees and has energy industry operations, research facilities, and offices scattered across the globe in Asia, Europe, and the Americas. It has country offices in Beijing, New Delhi, Singapore, New York, London, Houston, and elsewhere. Aramco's biggest customers are in Asia, where it sends over 70% of its exports. The company is the biggest supplier to 6 major markets in the continent: China, India, Japan, South Korea, and the Philippines. While the sheer quantity of oil the company sends to Asia is staggering, China, for instance, receives around 1.7 million barrels per day from Aramco. Europe imports around 860,000 barrels of Aramco's crude every day. Meanwhile, the U.S. continues to maintain a close relationship with Aramco since its inception, and still to this day imports more than 1 billion barrels of oil per day from the company. Saudi Aramco supplies refined products to more than 17,000 service stations worldwide, with 5,300 located in the U.S., more than 5,200 in China and South Korea, 6,500 in Japan, and 270 service stations in Saudi Arabia. The earnings of Saudi Arabia's giant oil company have long been a mystery, kept under wraps by the country's government. But on April 1st, 2019, Saudi Aramco opened its books, revealing that it generated $111.1 billion in net income last year, making it probably the world's most profitable company by far. It handily beat Apple, $59.5 billion in net income in 2018. In 2019, the U.S. ExxonMobil had a net income of $14.34 billion. Chevron had $2.92 billion, while ConocoPhillips posted an annual income of $7.2 billion. Last year, British energy giant BP had a net income of $0.84 billion, and France's Total posted a net income of $11.83 billion. Saudi Aramco's net income in the first half of 2019 stood at $46.9 billion, which also surpassed the combined first half earnings of $44.9 billion of the 12 oil giants. In December 2019, Saudi Aramco made its much-anticipated debut on the Saudi Stock Exchange, becoming the world's largest initial public offering on record. It reached a market capitalization of $2 trillion just days after its listing. The company's landmark IPO showcased what many have long suspected. Aramco, the most profitable company in the world, netted $88 billion in total profits last year. In 2020, the company has reckoned with an oil crash amid the pandemic. Riding on strong quarter results despite the pandemic, Apple has surpassed Saudi Aramco to become the world's most valuable company with a market cap of $1.84 trillion. According to CNBC, the strong earnings report helped Apple shares close up 10.47% on August 1st, 2020 to become the world's most valuable publicly traded company, surpassing the largest oil producer. Saudi Aramco now trails at $1.76 trillion. That's all about inside Saudi Aramco, the oil colossus. Do you think Saudi Aramco will surpass Apple Inc. shortly? Let us know in the comments. Also, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to our channel.